Hey guys, welcome back to the Athlete Zone podcast. My name is Juliet and I'm the brand manager at Athlete Zone. And today I have a special guest joining me. He is a very exciting athlete in football right now. He's currently a free agent looking for his next team. Already made a name for himself on the field, but today we're going to dive deeper into his journey, his brand, and the impact that he is making beyond the game. So today our guest is Brandon Roberts, a standout football player. And right now just surfing the field, looking for his next team. Before stepping into the spotlight at the collegiate level, he had an impressive high school career. Now he is building something even bigger, his own personal brand. So today we're going to talk about Brandon's journey from the early days in his hometown to becoming a D1 athlete and how he has been using his platform to build a brand and represent something much bigger than just sports. So first of all, welcome Brandon to the show. How is life treating you now that you are a free agent?
It's been good. I've been taking a lot of the social media and the training side very, very strict. So I've been really using a lot of Olympic lifts and really taking like streaming up and putting my name out there in the social media world.
Cool. So you're really focused on building your brand right now. Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about where you grew up and how you got into football?
Well, I grew up, I was born around like LA area and then I grew up more in Orange County in California. I started playing. I would just really just train, and then a coach found me like in the field of like our school, and then told me to sign up. And then I didn't even sign up with that team. I signed up with the like basically the rivals, and then I ended up going to them, and then that's how I started football.
Okay, cool. How old were you?
When I officially signed up, I was like 10 years old.
Okay.
When I got with them, like 11.
Okay, that's cool. So who were your biggest influences growing up, both in and outside of sports?
I'd say one of my biggest influences in sports would be Marshawn Lynch, and just how he dealt with everything, especially when it came to press and like coming from like lower income area and being impoverished and understanding like especially from California too. Like
Yeah.
I've seen that a big resemblance in my career and my lifestyle. And then
Okay.
off the field, I would have to say honestly it'd probably be an anime character.
Yeah.
Probably be like Naruto because his story is like he's the odd one out and no one really likes him and he works so hard to like earn everybody's trust pretty much.
Honestly, it sounds like a good influence. So it's a cool person to look up to. So was there a specific moment in high school that kind of made you realize that you had a future at the collegiate level playing football?
I think it was definitely after seeing the first national championship, I was like, that was kind of like a big shell shock for me
Yeah.
being on the team at Modern Day and then win the national and like having a little bit of TV time and like being on the field and like with all these big names too. I could think that was like, okay, you got a little taste of it. It's time, like you can hang with it. You can hang with the rest of these people.
Yeah, for sure. Um, do you remember, like, was there a really proudest moment in high school that you had?
I'd say it was definitely winning the championship the next year with my best friend. I've known him since I was like 11 years old, and then I transferred schools back to him to be in the same school as him. We played the same team, and it was his last year, and they hadn't won in like 20 years.
Oh,
And
wow.
the play was him behind me intercepting it for the to kneel the rest of the game out. So it was like, yeah, that's probably the best moment.
Oh, that's actually really cool. You guys like finally get to work together again, and then you're for the first time in 20 years winning a championship. That's
Yeah,
pretty up
just pretty
there.
excited.
Yeah. So high school was obviously a huge part of shaping who you are, but stepping into college athletics is a whole new world. You're facing all kinds of different challenges and you're on your own for the first time. So, what has been your favorite moment so far in your college career?
Definitely was how like introduced I was to hard work. Like I couldn't just wake up and do the same stuff from high school and like excel. Like no, it was definitely a different game. I had to wake up every morning and do it every day rather than like sometimes a week after school and then you get your some day. You still get a day off, but it's just a different environment of work I loved, and it kind of like took a little while to get into it too, though.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I feel like a lot of like there's a lot of challenges with making that shift from like I mean it's full time when you're in high school, but school still takes over a lot. Not that in college it doesn't, but it's definitely a lot more of a full time job in college for sure. Um, what role has your coaching staff played in your growth?
They definitely were able to have that role where kind of humbling necessarily. It's not that
Yeah.
like I have a big head, but like sometimes you need to get stuck. Like you need to have a point to break. Like you gotta like working out, you gotta hit failure to then succeed even more.
Yeah, like kind of like you have to struggle to be able to appreciate the successes.
Exactly.
What do you think is one misconception that people have about college athletes?
I think that the misconception they have is that like they have it easy, like oh they're just an athlete, like they can just go through school. Like no, it's kind of harder for an athlete when you have school as well. You got papers due that night and you have to travel a day early. We're missing a lecture, so then you got tests till the next week when you come back.
No, I agree. I'm not a student athlete, but I work a job and I do school, but I feel like it's a lot more flexible than being an athlete. You work more hours in the gym and on the field than most students do in their like corporate jobs and stuff. And I agree. I think that's a huge misconception, but being an athlete is a full-time job. And there's some times where you literally do not have time to, do things like prepare for exams and stuff and you lose sleep but then you need to have sleep in order to do your sport. So it's like a game of tug of war. I agree. I think athletes deserve a lot more respect for the hard work that they put into balancing their sport and school at the same time. What are some goals that you have for yourself over the next year, both on and off the field?
The next year, I plan to really take off with like my streaming and social media, like let it keep going, gradually build up, and then get a not written down contract and have my place like set where I'm going to be at. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much it.
So you were at Wesleyan most recently. Did you graduate or just shift over to being a free agent?
No, I just shifted over, but
Okay,
yeah, I'm
cool.
still just doing.
That's cool. I respect how you shifted over to being a free agent and still like you're focusing on getting it done and like promoting yourself and promoting your brand. I think it's really easy once you step away from school to lose um, that organization and that being forced to have a schedule every day and make things happen because you're responsible for making it happen yourself. Um, So as you've grown as an athlete, you've also started building something even bigger. You have been working on building your own brand, Be Nasty. So let's dive into what your brand represents and why it's important to you. So first of all, how has your brand helped you both on and off the field?
Well, how it helped me out in the field, like it kind of gave me like an extra little boost of motivation. It's like you gotta, anytime I wear something that shows my brand, it represents me. So it's like if you're gonna see not only me representing my own stuff, like it's gotta represent the name. It's gotta be nasty. It's like whatever you do, it's gotta be ruthless. Simple as that.
Yeah, I agree. That's cool. So how do you feel like your brand reflects your personality and your values?
I think it's very like aggressive, but I'm not as aggressive at it as it comes off as. It's more of like that work ethic is nasty and it's ruthless and it's like my ethic is so hard that yeah, you guys should hop on too. If you work that hard in anything, it's your corporate job, whether it's coaching, whether it's being an athlete, whether it's working in any 9 to 5, like you're gonna succeed in whatever aspect you're focusing in on. So
Yeah.
it's not necessarily being so aggressive. It's just working so hard at something that it's like, oh, it's like, dang, this person's still showing up. Like, ugh, it's gross. How
It's nasty.
yeah.
So can you give us a little more on that? So what made you come up with Be Nasty? Was there like a specific instance or just like something you feel about yourself that you're like like I don't even know if I know how to word what I'm asking, but like how did you get to Be Nasty?
I mean, I have a couple of nicknames that have been thrown around. So Be Nasty was one of them, and it's kind of just like attaches well with my play style because it's more of like just get the job done. Whether it's we need to score, we need a first down, or we need 2 yards. Whether it's get it done by any means necessary. Whether it's got to be nasty, whether it's got to put your head down, put your shoulders down, and get the 2 yards. If it's banging into 6 people, you just got to do it.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. I get it a lot more now. What are some long-term goals that you have for your brand beyond your college career? I know we were talking about maybe coming up with another line for you.
Yeah, I want more of like I want to come with a statement because that's more of just the brand name, and I want to have something a little more friendly that is like so a little subtle, but it's still something that represents hard work.
Yeah, I like that idea. I'm excited to see what we can come up with and what we can create. So your brand's not just about you. It's also about the people who support you, the people who got you to where you are today. What does fan support mean to you as an athlete?
What it means to me, it gives me all the motivation and energy to go out and do like play how I play. Like especially like when even just my family in the stands. Like if I see someone that I know or someone that I talk to in general, or like someone in the comments like, oh, I watched this, that, and the third. And it's like, oh, that's just makes me go harder. It's so cool that someone would support even just watching or liking and stuff. Like that's so awesome to me.
Yeah. Do you have any like specific supporters that you feel like have gotten you through any challenges that you've faced?
Yeah, definitely. Like some of the teammates that I've made have became supporters in my mental health journey, like focusing on that and like how hard it is in college and like how no one speaks about it and it needs to be expanded more on. Like my teammates I made definitely helped me out a lot,
Yeah.
keep me going. Like places where I've been like dang, is this really for me? But and they helped me get through that little bump in the road.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think mental health is talked about enough. And I agree that specifically for athletes, I don't think it's talked about enough. I think a lot of people see athletes as lucky to be where they are, but they worked for it and they had to deal with a lot. And, you guys are human too. And mental health is a big thing. I agree. It's definitely not talked about a lot. So I guess that leads me to my next question. What is one thing that you wish people understood more about supporting athletes?
I think definitely their schedules and like having to balance everything. They have to balance sports, school, social life, and maybe even a job. Like they're balancing a lot, so let's give them a little bit of a break sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, it's like a full-time job and a half. Like, especially athletes who work jobs, that mind boggles me because I don't know how you find the time. It's a lot. Especially football. I mean, it's year round, even though the sport, you guys play in fall, uh, you guys play all year round, regardless of what people are seeing, you're still playing. Are there any interactions that you've had with fans that really stood out to you?
Definitely. I used to have sometimes there was like kids that would just like they would see my name and like, oh my gosh, you're Brand. That's insane to me. For someone to be like, oh, I know your name, and that's just like super heartwarming. I think it's
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah. I can't even imagine that. That's so cool, especially because like, in your mindset, you feel like you're a normal person walking around, you play a sport, there's multiple of you too. Football teams are not small, but the impact that you guys have is huge, especially on the younger generations that are looking up and wanting to play sports. They look at the college athletes. Those are the ones that they want to be one day. Um, well, this has honestly been an incredible conversation. It's been amazing having you on our show. Thank you for joining us today and taking the time to let us get to know you a bit better. What is the best, like, if people want to support you, social media, what do you use the most?
I'd say I just sparked off more mainly on Instagram, but TikTok as well. I stream.
Okay, so what is your Instagram and TikTok handle so everyone can go follow you?
Instagram is Brandon ROB03, and then my TikTok is just Brandon Isaiah Roberts.
Okay, so go follow Brandon Roberts. Go be nasty. And you can also shop his merch on the Athlete Zone website. He has some cool stylish merch, but he also has like athlete apparel that represents him more clearly. So thank you so much for joining us today. And our listeners, don't forget to check out the merch on athletezone.com. Go buy it. Every perch helps support his journey and keeps his brand growing. All right. And thank you everybody for watching today. My name is Juliet and I am the brand manager at Athlete Zone. Hopefully you enjoyed watching.